Peterbot just dropped a 37 kill win in the solo Cash Cup finals over the weekend, which might be the craziest thing I've ever seen in competitive Fortnite. So in this video, we're going to watch every kill he gets in this game and see what makes him such a good fighter and how he plays the meta this season. So I like how even though he's obviously going to be going for the Mythic and the Medallion that Peter Griffin has, he still lands very safe, just so he's not 50-50ing off spawn. He gets these 2 chests, he's able to get a little bit of shield before he pushes into the POI, which in a tournament you only have a limited amount of games, so it's so good to be able to make sure you survive off spawn every single time, which he does here. With 2 SMGs and some shield, he's just going to try to get in. I'm assuming right here, just phases right in. That's actually a sketchy fight because this guy had the riot shield, but he's able to get. He's taking the L. He's not streaming, playing offline, and just taking the L on kids in a Cash Cup. Peterbot is the definition of a Fortnite player. Some things just never change. Watch right here. He sees his player. I don't know what he's doing. Just running in the water. Doesn't look like the best player, but look how he doesn't go for entry tags. The reason he does this is so the player can't look up and start shooting back when he hits the launch pad. Now he's able to use the tree for cover the entire way down. It's a very, very smart play. From here, he can tell this isn't the best player, so watch for him to just get very aggressive, try to get in the box, hits a big 135, and at this point, between having the massive health advantage and the mythic pump, he knows he can just get in and take a 50-50, and it's an easy cleanup. Right here, just faces in the box. Easy kill. One thing to note here is he does pick up the burst SMG, and this surprised me at first, and it surprised a lot of people who watch this gameplay. And I saw somebody ask him about it on stream, and he said it's actually the best spray weapon to carry this season because it has less bloom, less recoil, and just does a lot of damage. Now this is a crazy fight right here. Watch what he does. By jumping on the zipline, it's going to continue to break this player's builds over and over. This player's a sitting duck now. There's nothing he can do except try to run away, and it's just an easy spray for Peter. Now he's just literally chasing him. He knows he's 10-20 HP. Easy cleanup with the pump. Just a great, smart play right there. Right here, notice how as soon as he hits the pump, he places a ramp and then finds a new angle. That's one thing a lot of inexperienced players do, is they keep trying to fight from one angle, whereas tier 1 fighters like Peterbot, he gets a shot and immediately starts looking for new angles. That just makes you very unpredictable and hard to fight. Now he knows the player's weak, gets an easy window edit, and gets the 1 pump. And of course, taking the L. You got to, baby. You got to. Right here on another player, he gets a great entry snipe for the entry damage. Anytime you can get a big amount of damage on a player early, it's so nice because now they're needing to play defensively to try to get shields off, and you're able to play aggressively. Now, notice how he's able to just grapple straight at the opponent. That's because he knows the opponent's not going to just sit there and spray back. He's going to be going for hills. Now, it's incredible use of high walls and cones. Gets the piece control and gets the finish. Let's watch that back in slow motion and watch how he does this retake. Now notice how he's not doing any crazy fancy retakes right here. All he's doing is using high walls and high cones until he catches his opponent. So right here he's going to do a side jump, get a cone above him, and then place the high wall, gets a window edit, and that is just a beautiful, beautiful play right there. Alright, so right here he sees another player. Looks like he goes for a snipe to start, but then places the wall too soon so the snipe doesn't go off. Now, again, he's just using high walls and cones. The replay does lag, so we don't really see how he got that, but from there, he knows the opponent's weak and he just gets aggressive. Here he sees the player in the open. Not really sure what the player's doing, but right here, just a beautiful high ramp to block the opponent off, edits it back to get the entry shot. Now, again, he's just going to get aggressive. Gets in. Easy, easy kill. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's sitting in the cone. Even with Peterbot pressuring the floor, he doesn't make an edit play to try to fight back. That's just a free kill. And listen, sometimes that happens in tournaments. You cannot complain about that. He sees another player in the distance right here. I like that he doesn't go for a snipe. He doesn't want the opponent to know he's coming. He's like, this isn't the right time to go for the entry damage. So let me get a little closer first. Just a very smart play. Now that he's closer, he goes for the snipe, does not hit it. And now just starts building towards him. See how he puts the floor under the cone right there? We're going to look back in a moment and see why that works so well. Watch, he just gets the full box, gets the kill. Now let's look back and watch why that was such a smart play. So right here, building towards the opponent, he boxes up with a cone, but see how that's Peterbot's floor right there? That means the opponent knows he needs to get out of this box. Now Peterbot already has the cone to his left, to his right, which gives the opponent 2 ways they can go. They can go to their front left or their front right. This lets Peterbot basically predict where he's going to go. He sees him come to the left. He's able to just think ahead, get that wall. He knows the opponent hadn't had time to place all of his walls yet, and that's an easy full box. All right, so here Peterbot sees a fight happening. Let's see how he third parties this. He jumps right on this wall, which isn't always the smartest play, but see how defensive this player is? That means he's going to be very weak. He's able to spot that and just get an easy cleanup. Now he's going to the second player, and this player, see how just grappling away? Like, it's just, now he's panicking. Like, again, sometimes you're going to find less skilled players, and you just got to take advantage of that. He literally just stands there and sprays because the opponent's doing nothing to fight back. Again, keep in mind, this is the finals of a solo cash cup. Every player playing right now had to qualify. Top 9,000 qualify, so nothing crazy, but still to be W-king this hard is just insane. Really good peek right here. Just fighting from behind this wall until he gets more peace. Nice shot. The opponent did have a nice shot back, but he didn't have a cone in his box. If you don't have a cone in your box, you're just asking to get piece controlled, which Peter does right there. All right, here he hears shots, and he's going to have another third-party opportunity, so let's see how he third-parties this. Again, jumping right on this player's wall while he's distracted. Lags a little bit. He does get that wall. Okay, so I want to look back in a moment to show how he third-partied this, because that was incredibly smart. Let's watch the rest of this fight, then we'll look back. Great high walls and cones, going for peace. Good shot by that player back. Instead of going up, he just took a shot back. Now, Peter predicts him coming down, though. Brilliant prediction right there. And that's what separates the top tier fighters, is you don't think, where's the opponent right now? You think, where's the opponent going? You get to that spot before them, and you pre-piece it just like he did there. Now, let's watch back what he did at the start of that third-party fight. So again, what separates the top players from your average players, they do not get tunnel vision. This is a perfect example from this third party. Right here, he has full piece. He can make an edit play. That ramp and wall is both his, but he hears the other opponent. So instead of going for an easy kill, he lets that guy go so he can turn around and get the walls behind him. Now he knows that other player is not trying to fight him. This guy is, so he shifts his focus entirely. Gets a great shot right there. And now let's watch this prediction piece as well that we talked about earlier. He's going up. He expects this guy to keep going up, but Kovac does a great play right here. Instead, he just makes an edit, gets a good shot in. But Peter knows this guy's weak. At least I think he has an idea because he got that entry shot in. And watch how he knows that guy's in a cone. He has to go down, so Peter just gets down before, gets these walls, and that's just a brilliant, brilliant prediction piece right there. Easy kill, and that's how you do it. Now, he knows that other players should still be around and be weak. He sees the player right here trying to get away, so he's just going to get aggressive. Player's in the bush, doesn't look like the best player, so he's just going to try to get in. I like how instead of trying to break that player's ramp, even though it was one shot, he instead just looks for a different angle. Again, that's what separates the best players, is they're always looking for new angles. They're always trying to think what the opponent's next move is and beat them to the spot. Now, this player is doing a good job disengaging, but with this little health, Peter knows he just has to keep the aggression on, and he'll eventually catch up. A very, very sneaky player right here. Peter cannot get the finish. Again, he just, look how he's always going for the prediction and trying to beat him to the spot. He finally does it. Great kill. Pushing this player. The player is hiding in a bush right now. Like, again, doesn't look like the best player. He's playing very scared. And when a player plays scared, they're going to have shaky aim. They're going to be nervous in the fight. And you can just get very, very aggressive. Good piece and one pump. Easy. He has 15 kills already, but he ends on 37. There's 43 people alive. He kills over half the lobby still alive. Alright, so he sees the player right here, getting in. Again, he's just using high walls and cones. I like that if he doesn't get the high wall or cone before his opponent, he doesn't rush the retake. He just kind of resets himself, resets his positioning, and then starts going again. Great edit for the pump right there. He knows the player's weak, so he's just going to try to phase him in the box, and easy kill. If I'm in this lobby right now and I see him in the kill feed with 16 kills already, racking up kills every second, I'm running for my life. I'm also not boxing up because players just sitting in a box is exactly what he's looking for right now. He sees the player here, gets some entry shots. Look how he shoots the cone. By shooting the cone on a player boxed up, 90% of the time they're going to be in that cone, so that forces them to make a move and kind of reveal their position. So very good play. Right there, he lets that guy at it and just gets the shot back. Kind of a sketchy 50-50, but he has a better aim and he gets it done. Now, one thing about this season is if you have medallions, you can play so aggressive. Watch how he's not even carrying shield because all he needs is medkit. His shield instantly starts healing. He just gets the medkit off and he's good to start fighting again. Alright, so sees the player box up in metal. He starts getting shot at by another player, but instead of even building or doing anything else, he just goes straight to this player, which is interesting. Also, standing right in front of that cone with no wall up. Interesting. But at this point, because he did that and this opponent literally did nothing back, he knows this is just a scared opponent. Once again, he predicts the movement to the right of that box, gets there before him, and it's an easy kill. We're going to watch this one more time for any players who are newer to predicting with piece control, just because this is the most basic example you can see. So right there, he knows he's weak. The only way for this guy to go is right. So he literally just gets there before him, gets every wall, edits through, and that's just the freest kill you can get. Just incredibly well done. He is 26 HP, but that's only because he rushed into the box. He could have taken that slower, and it just would have been a perfect play. Alright, so this player is only supported by one wall right there, which is terrible play by that player, and that's just an easy kill. I'm assuming most of you know this already, but if you're building a box like that, make sure you have more than just one wall holding you up, or you're going to get chopped like that every single time. Now going straight towards the next player. Jumping right on his wall, and he gets it easy. Good little counter piece control by that player. Again, the wall and the edit. But again, Peter's just faster. He's predicting where he's going to go next. He's able to keep the upper hand. And because that player just ran into Peter's builds, it just let him kind of drop down, get an easy kill. Want to watch this back from his opponent's POV because he wasn't fighting terribly, but he did make one really bad mistake, which we're going to see here. So right there, he was fighting good. Good little counter peek. He drops on the wall, gets it. But right here, he's in Peter's box. I don't know what he's doing. These are all Peter's builds, and there's really no play he can make. You got to be very aware in fights like that. You cannot get out of your builds. You always have to be within walls that are yours, a cone in the box that's yours. Otherwise, it's just going to be an easy 50-50 for the enemy. This is the best angle you can go for walls from right here, to the up and to the left of the wall. Because watch what's happening. He's going to smack down as soon as that player edits. He does not have time to both edit and shoot before you can place a build. It's literally impossible to do both if you're an aware player. So as soon as he makes that edit, Peter's able to get floor and cone both down and go for the edit through. The player did a good job getting a wall up and get away, but again, it's not the most aggressive player. He doesn't seem the most confident, so Peterbot's going to stay as aggressive as he can. Beautiful shot right there, and now he knows it's literally just as easy as a cleanup. He's going to try to get in, and he gets in right there. There is another player here who's just been sitting there the whole time. I think Peter notices that, and that's just a free kill. The player doesn't even try to third party knowing that Peter might be weak. That's just a sign of a not confident player, which means they're going to miss their shots. They're going to be shaking in the fights, and you have to get aggressive with players like this. Peterbot just taking one wall by one. Good little edit by that player, but again, he's missing his shots. He's nervous. Great job by Peter by getting one tile away before letting go of that edit and instantly placing another wall for the peak. He gets in, and that's an easy cleanup. Peter sees another player, just gets a very good entry tag right there for 100. The player now, he knows has no shield, and he's going to get aggressive. Notice how the player's running away, but he's not placing any builds. He's just leaving himself completely open. If you're going to try to run away from somebody, you have to just kind of like make multiple boxes and take your time. If you just try to run by grappling away and no builds, you're giving your opponent an easy kill. Again, right there, the player, instead of building, just tries to grapple away, no builds. It's just easy piece control for Peter, and this is the freest skill you can get. If you're going to disengage an enemy, it can't be by running. It has to be by building. Great prediction right there to drop down, and again, just beats the opponent to the spot. He's getting pressure by multiple angles, and it gives Peter free piece control. Notice how even though Peter's trying to push one player, he's looking around and he sees these boxes, multiple angles around him, and he decides that's not the fight he wants to take. He's been very selective about who to key right here because there are so many players alive in such a small zone. Alright, here this player's running away, doesn't want to fight, and that's exactly who you want to be fighting if you're W King, is the players who don't want to fight. Right here, Peter's getting pressured. He starts running low on material, so he drops down. He remembers that loot from earlier, so that's an easy refresh for him, and now he just starts pushing this player. Again, this player's not building at all. He's just giving free tags to Peter the entire time he's running, and that's just what you can't do. You have to build. You can't just run away. Notice how he's pressuring multiple angles. He hits the cone once. He hits the wall once. He's getting every piece of this guy's box weak, so the player has no idea which side to protect. It forces him to move and use more materials here. Notice in this fight how Peterbot's not getting overly aggressive. He's really taking his time and just one piece by one piece, making sure everything is his. The enemy runs out of boxes to run into. He owns every piece, and now it's just an easy cleanup. 22 other players still alive, and he gets 11 more kills, so he still kills half of this lobby, which is crazy. He sees the guy right here grappling away. He's going to get in. He decides to leave that player because he's not in zone, and I like that. If that player is a good defensive fighter, he's just going to get stuck on one player, and the rest of the lobby will start focusing them. He does a great job getting into zone, and this goes to show, even if you're W King, you can't get too far ahead of yourself. You can't get too aggressive unless it makes sense to get aggressive. Now he's building in on this player. These fights are so important because the entire lobby is just congested. Everybody's very close, so when you're W King, you have to make sure you're protected from every angle, not just from your opponent, but from the rest of the lobby, which he does to perfection right here. Right here, he sees that guy protected only by a cone, didn't have a wall behind him, and he's easily able to get that piece control. He wasn't able to get the finish, but now he's just going to try to get in. He knows this player's weak, so watch him to get very aggressive right here, which he does. Having a hard time catching this player, though. The player's doing a decent job disengaging. Another player's there, so he shifts his focus over, which I like. He is able to get the kill. The replay lagged a little bit, so it's kind of hard to see what happened. He just awareness checks that guy. The guy's just chilling, trying to drink a mini with no walls to his side, and that's just a free kill right there. He sees this player in a 1x1, and again, players in 1x1 are always going to be the easiest players to attack. All you have to do is get one wall, and unless they're good at just disengaging, most players late game like this in a 1x1 are going to be nervous, and you're going to get an easy cleanup. Again, just an easy cleanup right there. The player wins a building. Notice how nobody is placing walls right here. It's in-game, people get nervous, but you have to cover every side in in-game like this. You cannot be leaving walls open when everyone is this congested. There's always going to be a player with an angle if you don't protect yourself. Right here, just gets the wall. Pre-pieces this guy. No, he did not. I thought he got the wall head. Watch how he stays ahead of zone right here. That's one thing you have to do in these late games is always stay ahead of zone in the moving zones. That way you never have to worry about getting stuck in zone. You're able to just take your time in these fights, and everyone has to come to you, which is invaluable. Right here, another player in a 1x1. He gets the wall. The player does get up. Let's see if he stays on this guy, even zone coming in. He does not. He decides to leave it. Again, staying ahead of zone, which is what you have to do in these moving zones, is always stay ahead. He does have 3 medkits, so he can tank Storm here, especially with the new medkits. The new medkits start healing you immediately, which makes it much safer to do Storm plays like this. Okay, right here, he knows his player has to edit out because the Storm's coming in on his back. He's able to get an easy pre-fire right there. Now just watch him to grapple in front of zone and start going for more kills. He boxes up here to get a quick med kit off. He gets hit big right there. He's down at 24 HP, but he does have the medallion bring shield. Notice how he's making so many boxes. This is what the rest of the players in this lobby have not been doing. They sit in 1x1s, which really limits where they can go if they start getting pressured. Whereas Peterbot now has 4 boxes he can play from if a player gets aggressive on him. He sees this guy under him. He's going to drop down. That's an easy kill because the player was not building around him. Right here, gets a player under him. Takes the shot, but instead of focusing on that player, he knows he wants to get up right here. The zone is pulling up the mountain. Just great awareness to get up when he needs to. The player's under him in shambles right there. He's able to get a quick edit, easy kill. So right here, one of the last guys is on height, and he knows if he kills this player, the rest of the game is just going to be easy. So he full sends height. He has the mats and the shield to do so. Just again, great high walls. He gets the retake off, and now this is a free win. So Peter's now at height. He has a medallion to get full shield. He has the medkit, so he's just going to play this slow. As long as he doesn't give the opponent an easy one pump, he knows he wins this game. So right there, he drops down for kind of the side shot and then builds after. He misses the shot, but he does it again. Notice how he just drops down, goes for the shot before he builds to get that entry tag. Now he has the massive health advantage. This should be an easy win. Sees the player at the bottom, easy. 37 kill win in solo Cash Cup finals. That is how you fight like Peterbot. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.